Yeah, welcome everybody to the Fly Racing Racer X Indianapolis Supercross review. Thank you for watching or listening, or watching and listening. Either one, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you for checking it out. Lots to get into with the Triple Crown, and especially maybe we have like some sort of crisis going on with lappers that we can talk about. Eli Tomac with some very harsh words after the race about his race. So we'll get into that and more here on the show. Cole Davies dominates the Indy Triple Crown. Thank you to Fly Racing for making it happen. Cooper Webb, defending champ, wearing Fly Racing and hanging in there in this title fight. Kinetic Mesh is out. It's the best stuff they make, in my opinion. Absolutely love it. If you ride anywhere that's a little bit warm, it's got some higher temps, you'll love this stuff too. Barely feels like you're wearing anything, and it's super ventilated, really comfy. It's out now in different styles, kids as well, for the Kinetic Mesh. And thank you to flyracing.com. Use the code Pulpmx when you're checking out. And please, if you want women's gear, off-road gear, kids gear, or of course men's gear, it's all there for you. Casual wear too, and hopefully mountain bike stuff coming soon. I hear down the road, maybe. Code Pulpmx to save at flyracing.com. Thank you to them. Brunt Work Wear, Renthal, Maxxis, motorsport.com, Onyx Maps as well. And with us to discuss Indianapolis, I'm Steve Matthes, the trackside analyst, the Jason Thomas. What's up, JT?
Not too much on-track analyst. I promise you, we're going to get there one day. It's okay. Wait, you have taken gigantic steps, and I appreciate.
Is there a difference between, like I said, track analyst? I believe.
You said trackside.
I think I said track analyst.
You said trackside just now.
I think I said trackside last week.
I promise you, about 40 seconds ago, you said trackside analyst. It's okay though. I'm not mad.
Listen, you're literally by the side of the track. You are by the side of the track.
And I didn't come up with this title. I didn't create it. I'm not emotionally attached to it. Right. It's just what it says. Okay, fair enough. And also joining us, the man from the booth, the Jason Wygant. Oh, wait. It's not Wygant. It's our buddy Michael Antonovich. What's up, buddy?
Hi, guys. How are you today? Thanks for having me.
Jumping in.
I feel like I'm doing like my whole life on a Sunday an hour ahead of time, because usually I'm listening to this part like at this time.
You are our producer for the show. Can you tell us exactly some money saving tips while you're filling in for Weege here? Do we have anything?
Sleep in your car. Don't get a hotel.
There we go. Perfect. Bingo. Do we know? So the latest with the contact lens in the head, is it still there?
Wait, is that why he had glasses on? Yeah.
And then he thought it was out. He went to the Alpine Star Medics. They couldn't find it. After the race, he told me, I think it's out. I don't know. I don't feel it. And we're like, okay. And then breaking news this morning, Wygant puts in a text that he tried to put a contact in and it won't go in. It hurts really bad. So our man still got that contact lodged up in his head. So,
dude, when I saw it, he had glasses on, and then I saw Will had glasses on, and I couldn't like get a close enough look. I was like, oh, this is meta, like having everybody put the Ray-Bans on this weekend. New PR crisis emerging. Yes.
Yeah, exactly right. And then he was doing the Lurch job this weekend, and he was excited, man. He brought the energy to that Lurch job, yelling, screaming. Normally, like he kind of toned it down earlier this year, but I don't know, something about Indianapolis Triple Crown. Our man was stoked. So maybe
it's amazing. Like when he's doing the live commentary, he's right next to me at certain times, and like I had a lot of downtime where we were running all these features in between races, and so we're just off air live basically. Yeah, and we're running a lot of pre-production stuff, and I'm just watching him. It's amazing. Like I'm just awestruck. I'm just watching him scream into the microphone during like the KTM races, trying to pump people up. I could never do this. He's a special one in so many ways, and not all of them good.
And doing it while wounded, the contact lens stuck up in his brain. But all of that. Good job, Wygant.
Like the fact that he's just like going with this. Like if that's me, I'm like not leaving the medic truck until this is resolved, or I'm getting like an eye doctor on, like I'm doing something. I'm not just going multiple days with like, I think it's still in there. That is not happening for me. But that is so Weege. So Weege.
But I was gonna say, does this surprise you? No, of course not. No. It was something else to hear him tell people this story, because he had the glasses on. Everybody was like going, what is going on with him? I'll tell you what, I get sick of. That's right, JB. Hey, Weege, that's right. That's right, JB. Good call, Weege. I can't handle it, man. I cannot handle it. God, dude. Those two going back and forth in the race call.
You wonder why you get heat for your Tim Ferry stuff and like four-stroke national stuff and Supercross and things you won't let go of. This is your medicine. This is exactly what you need to listen to.
Fair.
To break you out of that.
Fair. Yeah, it was rough. Nice dinner on Friday night at St. Elmo's also with Weege, and I bought dinner, and he made sure to text me 3 times. I'm not buying dinner for you. I will not pay you back. I will not pay you back. It started
because I said I got you next time.
Right.
And then he wanted to make it very clear that he did not have you next time.
Not have me next time. No, absolutely not. All right, let's get into Indy Triple Crown. I do want to spend the first bunch on Eli Tomac's comments after the race. And guys I talked to in the pits as well. Look, we all know Indy soft rutted, although it wasn't as bad this year. 45-second lap times, Triple Crowns, some factory riders out, so we're getting a little bit less depth than normal. We got Hunter rear-ending. Cole Thompson is sending him into the net. We got the Morans not getting out of the way. Vince Freeze, I mean, he could have ended Tomac's season right there. A lot of talk about lappers. Eli Tomac, strong words on the podium. I think there should be 15 guys. I think that if the promoter wants to keep getting riders injured, then
this was presser, right? This was the presser.
This is the scrum, yeah. Anton, I don't know, did you go?
No,
okay. I saw it on social. I'll start with JT. Like, dude, I was a mechanic for guys who lived to get in main events and got lapped. You got lapped. It is worse on these tracks because the skill level of riding these tracks is so vast. But man, I really think, I don't think Eli's onto something, but sure, on these tracks with Triple Crowns, yeah, maybe think a little more. 45 seconds, lap times, and all. Like, maybe, I know they want these Triple Crowns geographically spaced out. Like, they want one in the east and they want one in the west, and they want all that. I get that. But can we maybe think a little bit, because it was scary. It was dangerous for these guys. And JT, I know you love to say, like, hey, you have a throttle in your hand and a brake, but man, some of this stuff, whew, I get Eli's anger. I really do.
Is that conditions, or is that format, or is that lappers? Because for me, it's lappers.
I think all of it. It's all of it.
Okay. See, like I'm fine with these tracks. I know they're difficult. I get it. They're nothing. They are, and I'm walking them, so it's not like I don't see it. They're nothing like what they were 25 years ago as far as ruddy. They're not. Like they do such a good job of working on the track now compared to what it is. And you could say, well, they're jumping bigger stuff and the bikes are faster. Sure. Okay, fine. But like on a track condition level, we're nowhere near as bad as I've seen it. Like, not even close to as bad as I've seen years and years ago. Like, it's just not. So to me, I think the problem is more lappers not getting out of the way. I do think the tracks being really short is a problem. When you get into the mid 40s, that just creates more problems. But on are the tracks too ruddy thing, okay, if we can make it better, let's make it better. I'm not saying let's not try to make it better, but like on a big picture, how bad is it right now? It's not even touching the surface of how bad I've seen it over the years.
Well, I'm talking the tracks are so ruddy and so difficult that the gap between Tomac, Hunter, and the 21st place guy, that is a huge gap in time. So now you're getting through lappers and you're lapping more because it's really tough conditions, right?
Whether it's always worse, but it's
I don't know. Like,
is that new though? I don't think that's new.
No, but it's just more exasperated on these ruddy tracks. The lap times are further apart because these guys aren't as good and it's tough, right?
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that, but I would put more of the impetus for change on the lappers. Truly.
So the penalty report came out today. Anton, I don't know if you saw it right before you jumped on. No penalties for anybody for holding up. We've seen Vince got some penalties. I think Moran's got some earlier this year. I'm flabbergasted. I watched Moran's just jump back into the race line after getting lapped, getting blue flags. I watched Vince do this. I don't think Vince's move over on Eli was, he just didn't know he was there. He just wasn't aware enough of getting lapped. Like Grant Harlan told me after the race, I know that when I get lapped once by the first guy or the second guy, I know there's more coming. So like, I'm not going to just start racing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe there's not penalties from Indy. I cannot believe there's not some license points penalties. What the new system that we saw today. It's pretty amazing to me.
What do you think, Anton?
I agree with what JT said on the part of like the track conditions. Like the track conditions are always going to be that way at Indy. They're always going to be soft and rutted. The reason that you guys went to so many pre-tape features was so they could do more track maintenance. Like they did a really, really good job to try to get on top of stuff, and how fresh and brand new certain sections look. It's just inevitable within 22 riders, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, whatever it is, they're going to get chewed up to what they were again. And then I think if you look back, like even to races back in the day, like that gap that you're talking about, JT, doesn't matter who's first and then who is 22nd. When the pace is that high, they are going to run into each other. It's on the riders themselves to get in and out of the way. And the guys that are smart and respectful of who's out there and the guys that aren't, it's got to be a pretty big mind shift. Like exactly what Grant said, you know, the race is coming back around to lap you and you have to stay out of the way. So I'm going to jump to these alternative lines that are not going to be as good. They're going to be way more difficult, more treacherous, more technical, probably going to lose the gap on the guys that I'm racing on too, but it's more respectful to keep me out of the situation. Cause like how much time are you going to lose when you've been in your race line? Then you got to get out of the way and then get back in, get out, all of that.
So
the guys that know how to do it, they like to what you're going to say, JT, the guys that know how to be lapped and be respectful and be in and out of it are the guys that you never have a problem with. The guys that are in this position are the guys that you historically have the same problem with 3 times, 5 times a year, where you're like, oh my gosh, they cost the race this way because they didn't get out of the way.
So there used to be, when I was doing it, there was like an unwritten kind of code of conduct with being lapped, right? And if you were in a battle, say like I was battling Ryan Clark or whoever it may be at the time. Essentially, we all kind of had this unwritten rule that like we're all going to collectively get out of the way, and then once we are clear again, we're going to resume our race. But we are not in the battle for the front, right? Now there were some guys. Ryan Clark did this to me. Usually he didn't, but he did do it before, where they would take advantage of that. And when you would like try to get out of the way, they would like shoot the gap and try to. And that is inexcusable. Like anybody that happened to, like we would all try to take that person out immediately. Like you are now dead to us and we're going to try to end your race because we're trying to do the right thing and get out of the leader's way. And you're going to take advantage of that and try to pass us, which then causes a problem for the leader in and of itself, because now you're going to the race line that we have exited on purpose to let them go through. So you're never going to be able to police that. But I do know when I was racing, there was like everybody kind of knew this is what we do. When they're coming through, we get out of the race line. You take the secondary line. You don't mess with each other in that moment because we are collectively trying to not ruin the race for the front guys. And then once we're clear, yeah, all bets are off. Let's go. But I don't see that happening right now. And that's what I'm watching is like these guys are like, oh, get past. Well, yeah, these guys have to understand collectively that that's not the right way to go about things. And there's a bigger picture thing going on. And I know that it feels like it's life and death for 13th and 14th. It's not. But you can be the person that everybody hates if you don't get out of the way and you ruin a race for the win. And I've screwed up too. Like I've gotten in Dungey's way at Hangtown. I got in Chad Reed's way in Indy in 04. Like I'm not impervious to this, but I learned my lesson. Like I learned what to do and what not to do. And I don't see these guys doing that a lot of times. And that's where I think we get into trouble.
I'm just saying, what you guys are saying is valid. My point being, it was a huge point of contention at the race. Maybe the worst we've seen it this year. We had the star of the sport speak out about it. And my point is, it was really bad. And why was that? It was short lap times and a gnarly track. So can Feld sometime not make the triple crowns? Because I think that also comes into effect because by the third main, these guys are pretty exhausted riding that track. Can we change triple crowns to not be 45-second lap times / really ruddy tracks to avoid this the best we can? This was like a perfect storm, right? We always have these lapper problems somewhat over the years. But now we had the triple crown and now we had that dirt. And maybe and short lap times, maybe we need to think this over because
I don't have a reason to say we can't look at that.
Yeah. Because man, yeah, it was bad. These guys were not getting out of the way, man, and a lot of these guys couldn't ride through the whoops straight. And I don't blame them. It's gnarly, it's insane. But they would literally start on the right and then just start going left, and then the top guys are like, "Oh shit,"
So like I have real problems with that because like it's not that hard. As a racer, what's the best line, right? It's going to be coming out of the corner and being like middle right. That's where everybody's going, right? The middle and then to the right is where everybody's going. If you know that you have leaders behind you, get all the way left, man. Like if you get all the way left, I promise you, they're going to take advantage of that and go up your inside. Like they would love that. Because it's a clear signal of where to go. I'm going all the way to the outside down this straightaway. Please pass me on the fastest line, which is the right side. Like that. It's not that hard is what my problem is this is not rocket science to figure out. Don't take the good line, man. Don't take the good line. And most of these problems will go away.
I don't know why there was no penalties. I'm surprised. I really am.
I don't know I don't even know what is there a hard and fast rule of or is it just a judgment call?
I think it's just a judgment call.
That's always going to be problematic because they're going to be like, well, we didn't feel like it was. And I'm like, well, if you didn't feel like that was, I don't know what's going to be then. You know what I mean?
When they did,
then what are we looking for?
Well, that's what I mean. They did it earlier for Freeze and Moranz. They got points on their license on this new penalty point thing for ignoring the blue flags.
Right.
And what the hell I saw last night was ignoring blue flags.
Yeah.
By multiple guys. And
there is a thought vein that says, don't make any sudden moves and let them be predictable and let them go around you. Yeah. That's fair, but don't do it in the race line. Also, right? Like don't do it in the best line possible. Both of those can be true. So anyway, like we could talk about this for hours, but something's got to change there because it was brutal on Saturday.
Yeah, just penalize those guys like what we did. I don't understand.
But is that going to fix it? I don't know if that's
but once they get to certain points, they lose gate picks and stuff.
JT, you mentioned like the social justice thing within the group. Like, hey, the herd knows the 22 guys that are on the gate against each other, the 40 that are in the bigger thing. They spend all week training together. What would make this generation not have that? Especially considering the amount of time they spend together, riding together all the time at their little camps all around the country.
I mean, I think they know, like they're just not doing it. They're not being aware enough in the moment, or I truly don't know, right? Like it's been a long time since I've been out there.
It's really two guys that are notorious for this. When you talk to other riders out there,
there are guys that are worse than others, no question. But
Mitchell Harrison too, and I like Mitchell Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison has been the subject of many people very angry.
Yeah, and I watched him. He was good for a few times for sure. Because I was kind of making notes, like, what the hell is going on with these guys? And Mitchell Harrison was pulling into the race line way too early.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, man? There's another guy coming. So Moranz and Freeze definitely are the two ones. Kyle Lewis and Ryan Clark were bad for back of the day. Voss was bad.
Voss was bad. Voss had, and I think it's more commonplace now. Maybe that's it. And in essence, too, Voss was one of the only people that used the earplugs. So I don't think he could hear people. Right. Like, I don't think he knew they were there. And I know a lot of guys use those now. I never did. Right. I couldn't imagine not being aware of what's going on around you. But I don't think Voss even knew they were there, which was wildly problematic.
Yeah. So let's end this with Anton. Did Eli, was that sour grapes or was that, it was pretty, I mean, Eli doesn't say shit. He doesn't really have much to say, controversial or much opinionated. He keeps it pretty classy, as Weege would say, all class. Does Eli have a point?
Oh, yeah. And I think he's got a long enough track record and history with that same person to like have that happen. I mean, you can't yank on your handlebars when you're 35 feet in the air and think that other 6 inches of yank is going to get you clear, but like had to do it in the heat of the moment. How does that feel? After he already had a couple moments through the weekend, like he had a crash on press day, he's had a couple other ones. He knows like the toll of one mistake that's not even my fault could end all this work that I've been putting in. I can see where he's really frustrated by that.
JT, what do you think of his comments specifically?
I think his comments are warranted. I just don't know the answer to it. Like, I don't know that like qualifying like 15 guys. I don't think that's it. I don't know how we're going to like the only thing I would ever say maybe is if like you go 2 laps down, maybe it's time to pull it in.
I'd like to see that.
I don't know how you police that. And I don't mean police it in the traditional term. I'm saying how do you enforce it? Right.
Black flag.
Yeah. But we can barely get red crosses and whites right now for the leaders. You're going to get black flags right for guys going 2 laps down. And it seems so messy to me.
That reminds me. Okay, well that's enough for the lappers talk. We'll move on to the race. But that does remind me, when Gavin Towers was down, the AMA officials with helmets, not the flaggers, but the AMA officials with helmets are supposed to be weekly guys that are more on the ball. There's 8 of them around the track, or 6 or 8 of them or whatever around the track. I don't know who this guy was, man, but Towers is getting attended to by 2 medics. They're putting a neck brace on him. They got the bike there. These dudes are on the track. And this guy is just waving a blue flag or something at them. He's got the red cross in his other hand, and he's got his left hand on the track. Like, guy, wave the red cross flag. These guys are on the track. It was unbelievable. And then they were going right around the medics.
I saw your tweets. I couldn't see it from where I was, but I saw your tweets about it.
Man. Yeah. Like, that guy right there, that guy needs to be pulled aside and be like, bro, did you listen to these meetings? Do you know what you're doing? It was unbelievable. Couldn't believe it from the press box. Like, what is this guy doing? And the riders are going to the left up a berm right beside the medics.
Yeah.
Like, finally, Marshall Welton grabbed the brakes and went inside, and then everybody sort of followed that way. You know what I mean? Because it was like, hey, oh yeah, this is where we're going to. It was unbelievable. AMA not having a nice time lately. Not on a very good run. There should have been penalties, in my opinion, to Morans and Fries. Like license point penalties.
If we have them in place and that ain't it, I don't know what we're looking for.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. All right, let's get into the race a little bit. Thank you to the folks at Renthal, by the way. They got new casual wear. I'm wearing it right now. Out right now at renthal.com. Direct-to-consumer website. You can get the handlebars that Eli Tomac runs. Some guy named Kiefer developed them. Sprockets bars, Monster Energy Kawasaki, Factory Honda, Red Bull KTM, of course, using Renthal products. Over $99. You spend over $99, free shipping to you. It's the first look at stuff as well. The first releases, the first drops from Renthal. And they got mountain bike stuff too, which is really excites me. Great mountain bike products. Renthal.com. Thank you to those guys for coming on board the show. All right. Look, I was talking to Johnny O in the Honda truck after the race. Went and saw my buddy Lars for an interview. He was hard to get, but
yeah,
I got it. And telling Johnny, I'm like, look, if he wins this title, Hunter Lawrence, this might be the round, because he was trailing by 1 going in. Eli had been riding amazing. He had passed Hunter. And the third Triple Crown race, Hunter got the start, rode, as far as I can tell, perfectly. Like, no even lapper issues or anything. Eli had a couple. And Hunter Lawrence wins that third and final moto to take the overall, stretch his lead. It's a long way to go. But if he wins, Indy might be the one where he, really made a statement and probably got some really good self-confidence as well. Like, straight up pulled away from Eli and won. Great ride by Hunter Lawrence, JT.
It was. These 17-round series, forget about 31. There are a lot of moments where, like, that was huge, right? Like, it's really easy to be victim of the moment and have recency bias and all those things. But in the same breath, I'll say that one felt like a big one, because you're starting to see those two separate, not only in points, it's 20 plus for both, but also just in top end performance, right? Like, when push comes to shove, they're able to kind of do it. That's 2 weeks in a row where when it counted, they were able to separate themselves. And I know Kenny could have been there. He had the pace to do it, but he didn't, right? In the end, he didn't. Yeah. And that's what matters. And in between those two now, that was a big step for Hunter, because it really felt like early on when they would go toe to toe, Eli would just find a way. He found a way at Daytona. He's found a way other times, and he's a 2-time champ. He's the second winningest racer ever. So he has that edge, and it just feels like Hunter is getting more confident. He's not looking at Eli as like this legend anymore. He's not reading, like the riders would say, I'm not reading the name on the back of the jersey anymore. I think he thinks he can straight up beat Eli now. And when he doesn't, he's really angry about it. So, yeah, if you're looking for a sign that Hunter's arrived and ready to do it, I think we've seen it.
What do you think, Anton?
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. after everything that they had said through the week, what he had said the last week, in the first 10 minutes of the one race, he had to figure out what the bike was going to do, and then he's able to push. And then the 5 days of testing that they did to get everything taken care of to figure that out. That says a lot that they're always still searching, and you guys can talk about how riders are always looking for something. Is it even there? Is it even real? But I agree fully that this weekend really seemed like him and Eli setting themselves apart in the championship chase, because everybody knew, like, halfway point of the season's here, this Triple Crown, anything can happen. You see that happen with Kenny. He's in a good position in the first one, as what happened with AP in the next one. Everybody knew, like, I got to get through this Indy Triple Crown to make sure that I'm still in the title fight, and those two are the guys that did it, and they did it up against their hardest competition. Hunter just looked on all day. He looked like he did good laps through practice, looked good on Friday and press day. He didn't, like exactly what JT said. He looked like he'd shown up and was like, yeah, I've arrived. I can do this now. I'm in the fight.
Well, and don't forget, main one, he catches and passes Eli. Like, I would have not put any money on that. Like, Kenny was gone, and Eli gets him, and it's just it's fine. Like, that's how it's going to finish. And dude, Hunter ground away and got him.
That stuff matters, man. Like, when you're in battle with a bunch of guys, and like, oh, he got me, and then that's kind of a different, because there's so many things happening. But when those two get away together, and one guy passes the other and just better, and then Eli's right behind Hunter in the last one and can't do anything about it, that stuff, like, it resonates with those guys, because they know, are they going to ever audibilize it? Probably not. But they know deep down, like, hey, he just beat me. Like, he straight up, that I had every opportunity to beat him, and that's where Eli's at. Like, I know the lappers and I know all those things, but deep down, I promise you, somewhere in Eli's psyche, he's going, damn it, like, he just beat me right there. Mm-hmm. And those things over time manifest, because every time you do that, it gets a little bit easier the next time to do that. And I think Hunter's chipped away. Like, I think all those guys are like, yeah, Hunter's a big problem, like a big problem. Where before, I think they're like, he's really good, but like, is he there yet? He hasn't won the title. He's really good. I think he has taken that step now where they're all looking at him as like, yeah, man, I don't know what we're going to do about this.
That third main was impressive, man. Like, there and just pulled away and just really hit his marks. And it's such a cliche thing to do, but he really did. I thought Eli was doing a really good job on the right side of the whoops. And then Hunter started going the left, cutting down on the corner and got far left. And then Eli just couldn't hit that line anymore for a while. Like, I don't know. The Dirtworks guys did a good job on trying to fix as much of the track as they can, and riders said it was better than years before. But those whoops, man, Eli, like, once in a while would go, like, he had them forever. I think the first main was all good. And then starting the second main, that right side, he would get it really good, like once out of 4 laps. And then the other ones were killing him.
Yeah, he talked about that on the podium. I don't know if you listened to it.
He just couldn't get it. And I think he was, we've talked about how smart he is for adapting his line and changing things. And that one, he might have started going left on the whoops if he had maybe saw it or whatever, cut down and got over to the left, because Hunter was doing a good job with that on the left. Really good job, though.
Just to get off of Hunter, but it was, I don't know that there were times before where I was like, Hunter's, in outdoors, yes. Motocross Nations, yes. But Supercross, like, no, Hunter's the best guy tonight. Like, he is unequivocally and absolutely the best guy over the course of the night, over the course of the day. Arlington, I saw it, and I saw it again here. And I don't know that I've ever seen that from him. I'm like, no, he's there. He can do it. He can win. Now I've seen it twice where I'm like, no, he is the best guy today. And that, to me, that's a very distinct step that he's taken recently, where he wasn't just one of the guys, he was the guy. And that's a big statement to make.
Yeah, we talked about it last week. Are they breaking away? And I think unequivocally now, they're breaking away. They're both raising their game up, and it's cool to see. The Cole Thompson thing, dude, that could have been a big one.
Good Lord.
That could have been a season ender. And then the freeze on Tomac thing could have been a season ender. Holy smokes, was that close.
So Tomac mentioned somebody cross-jumped him really bad on the finish line. I don't know who that was. I don't think it was Freezy. It was somebody else. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
He mentioned on the podium.
Did he? Okay.
So I saw the Freezy thing, and I set him up for a question on that, and then he talked about something on the finish line. Maybe I'll have to go back and watch it, but somebody else, there was another incident on the finish line as well.
Did you see it, Anton?
Mm-mm. The biggest one that I saw was the Jorge J. Coupe one going over the triple. I did see that, and I know we'll talk about that later. But on the Eli one, I had really heard the crowd gasp when the thing with Vince happened in that rhythm section, and then caught it on the replay and was like, yeah, that was big enough to merit that kind of response from the crowd.
And then after that happens, Vince goes and checks his right side. He looks to his right. Like, wait, what? No, man, you jump left. That's probably where the guy was. Whoever the crowd was gasping for. But good job for Tomac though, going 3-2-2. Garbage start in the first one, and works his, well, maybe not garbage, but like 10th, 8th, 10th, and then works his way into second, and then Hunter gets him back. So really good job for Eli to do that. Cooper Webb 4-3-4. First one was not good. That's not what Webb wants. So it was a nice job for him to rebound for the other two to go 3-4. He was off the pace. Again, I think I said this in the press box. Like, if you told Cooper Webb after that first main, hey, you're going to get third overall, he would have took it because he started slow, man. It didn't look like a good night for Coop. And like he told Lewis that he's riding better than last year. Can I disagree? He's riding fine. He's riding good.
I don't know. I think it's, I wouldn't say better, but I don't think it's worse. I don't think it's worse. The guys he's racing right now weren't there. They were not racing last year. So, like, we can't even really say for sure. Like, Hunter and Eli weren't there.
Yeah, but, dude, I mean, I guess I'm giving Chase too much credit then? Like, those two guys were crushing it, right?
But Chase, when Chase was on last year, he won New Jersey by 20 seconds last year, man.
Yeah, but other races.
I know.
Yeah. Jersey's the one people point to, and I get it, but there were many others that, Coop,
But it wasn't like Coop was just dominating everybody.
No.
Like Indy was a very good race for him last year.
Yeah.
But a lot of races, it wasn't like he was just crushing souls out there. He was just no mistakes, managing everything. I did, before we got off Hunter, the displeasure between Hunter and Jorge Prado is like at an 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
It is incredible to watch, man. Like that story's not over because Prado's going to be better outdoors at it than they are. Really don't care for each other.
Yeah. Prado, he came back, he rode really well considering he missed a couple of races and he got starts, but you can see that gap that once they get by Prado, they run away, and he is a faster Vince Freeze or Michael Alessi.
He's a lot faster.
I know, but you can see they stack up behind him.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
and I was making jokes in the press box. I was like, when he was battling J Coop, I'm like, this is what Prado's doing in his head. I know where you want to go, and I can block you, because he was really good at it, right? And
he will do that in motocross too. He's been doing it his whole career, man.
Yeah, I know.
He's very good at riding defensively.
Not fazed by anybody either.
No, he don't care. He does not care.
Nope.
Yeah. No, I talked to him after the race. He was happy with it. He said his shoulder did get tired a little bit afterwards, so there was that. Anton, Justin Cooper, your guy. That's your guy, Anton. Helmet, gloves. Gloves, helmet, gear, dude. That Justin Cooper. Where the hell has that guy been? That second race, that second main was impressive, man. Good job. What was it like, Anton?
It was fun. It was fun to watch. Like, even watching that, I was impressed by how he gave it back to Eli. Like, he knows that it's there and everything, and then to make that line in the whoops. And he tried to use it on Jorge a couple other times through the night too. But yeah, I mean, that's the same thing that everybody's been talking about forever, how quick he is at the practice track through all of that stuff. That was just actualizing all of it. He was really good in practice, good fast laps through everything. So yeah, it's been coming. He just said slow technical track like that really suits him. The
pass on Eli was very unexpected. Like, and Eli just
incredible. Yeah. You can't execute it better than that, man.
No.
Can't.
But having said that, if Eli was going to push that would have been interesting, because if you're Eli Tomac, you're like, look, it's Justin Cooper. I'm going to get him back. Good job, J Coop. I'll get you back. And he didn't. But I got to think if that's Hunter trying that, Eli's pinning it, moving right and pinning it. Maybe not, but
I don't think he had a move. Like, I think J Coop closed the door.
Yeah,
there's nowhere to go.
I didn't see that coming from J Coop at all. That aggression that way.
I saw it when he landed off the triple, because he just hooked the left. But I mean, kudos to Jacob. I'm just going to say that's the best I've ever seen him ride.
Yeah.
Literally the best I've ever seen him ride.
He went 5-1-5. So, but he got held up by Jorge. There was definitely some of that.
I mean, the other ones were good, but race 2,
Yeah.
That's as good
no,
as
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like 515, like, dude, just take the one and roll with it. That was a great ride. And whatever you did for the other ones is fine, you know?
The confidence that guys get from starts in practice, like, I'll never know. I can go ride at my tracks and all that, but what they'll know off of, hey, I did these 2 gate drops against everybody, and this is what I'll know I'll be at.
Mm-hmm.
The second one that he did, he got the launch on everybody, went a little deep into the first turn, but even his dad later in the day was like, oh yeah, he knows now that he's got it. He knows he can get the drive and get ahead of everybody. And I was like, off practice, and he knew.
Your guy A-Ray, Anton, it was maybe 20 seconds after J. Coop passed the finish line with the flames and the fist pump, and A-Ray puts it in the group chat. O'Neill, dude, enjoy the ride. And then someone said, when's the last time O'Neill won a 450 main? And I said, LaRocco in here in like 05. And I don't even know, but that's really my guess.
Well, that'd be it.
JT, O'Neill win? Do we, right? It's got to be The Rock?
I think so.
Wasn't Timmy, unfortunately. Wasn't Timmy. Yeah, O'Neill.
JB podiumed in it, I think.
What?
Did JB podium in one or in O'Neill?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Davey did.
No,
yeah,
for sure. A bunch of guys. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
But wins Indianapolis, the home of O'Neill. There we go.
That was the race that got in the way.
Yeah. Indy 05, 4? Yeah.
04.
Good job for J. Coop. Ken Roxon, dude, that first one.
One more thing on that.
Yep,
I just want to say that battle between him and Cooper was interesting in the last one. I'm sure that everybody was watching the Hunter Eli battle so closely, but then
that was for third overall right there. Yeah.
That was third overall. And there was a lot to that because I know that, any other time later in the season, somebody could make so much more about it. J. Coop moved. He had to give Coop those points, whatever. He was not laying up. And that's a big dynamic to take points, championship points away from the guy, but also having to prove I'm just as fast as the guy that I practice with every single day, and I have to justify this podium that I've worked so hard to get to tonight.
Listen, Webb said on the Pulp Show many times, J. Coop's fastest guy during the week. You know what I mean? That's Webb said that. I mean, obviously he's a veteran, so is he laying it out like he needs to? Maybe not, but that's a thing with J. Coop being quickest, right? Look, he started slow, but the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, qualifying, heat races, we're starting to see a little more flash from J. Coop. So this win was huge. So good job for Justin Cooper.
He's probably in a contract year, I would assume.
He is. Yeah, no, he is. Yeah. I had someone say that he would look really good over there on Kawasaki.
Yeah, I was trying to set you up for that.
Yeah. Roxon's first one was magical. That was yellow magic. Which, by the way, if Haley's listening, if Haley Shanley is listening, I heard you drop yellow magic.
Oh,
in the live feed. I heard it, Haley. Yellow magic. You said it. That's copyright me. So I'll be expecting a payment. Dude, that was Ken Roxon. Like that was just, hey man, what's the Ken Roxon experience like? Right there. I'm gonna go through the pack on lap 1 and lap 2, grab the lead and be gone. So, good job, Ken Roxon. Second one, we saw what happened.
Thankfully, he's okay, man. Because that could have been so much. Both of them, AP and that could have been. And
it sounds like AP is going to be okay too.
I saw him at the airport this morning. He's fine.
Oh yeah. He so good job, Ken Roxon, and even like to get third in the third one after he was so far back, so he went 22nd to 10th. I think it was a little unnoticed. That was a really good ride considering how far back he was. So good job to get to 10th. And then third in the second one, JT, you mentioned this off the top. Like there is a world where Ken Roxon wins Indy 2026.
Bro was ripping.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Like that first race. Yeah. Like, see ya. Like nobody had anything for that. No. But this is what happens. This is how you get 25 points down is you're riding incredibly well and things aren't aren't going your way. That's just how you get there.
He was behind Prado for a bit, and I was interested to watch how quickly he would get around those situations because where everybody else would just get jammed up, he would wait, maybe give it a lap, see where the massive slowdown would be, and then go right to that hole and make his passes.
Yeah, and then thankfully Prado took a little bit slower lines out there to help him a little bit. So good job for Ken Roxon. Talking about AP on press day, I was asking about dude, I'm like, I would hate to race this stuff, like these ruts. And we were looking at the one the one we were standing by in 10 minutes. It was so deep already. And then he just goes to me. He's like, yeah, man, it's tough. He's like, I'm just a woods guy. And I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, just a woods guy. And then he rubs his hand. I'm like, yeah, we're lucky to be here, I guess. I don't know where he busted that out of. I'm just a woods guy, but he's still hanging on to that. Despite him never doing a GNCC since he got this ride star Yamaha.
He just keeps expectations low.
Right. I'm just a woods guy. And then we were talking about steak restaurants. He's told me he's going to the one with the JT. Have you been to the one with the cover the steak in bourbon sauce? It's Harry and Izzy's, I think.
I've been to Harry and Izzy's. Yep.
Yeah. So he was going there for night 2. He went there Thursday night, and he was going back Friday night to Harry and Izzy's. And I was telling him about St. Elmo and the shrimp cocktail.
They're sister restaurants.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, same kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're next door to each other.
Nobody knew that. Wow. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, we were on press day, deep discussion about Indianapolis steakhouses. So yeah, he's a big fan of that bourbon sauce. Yeah, no one of us, that shared kitchen never came up. That would have been a great tidbit to say, hey, AP, do you know I'm going to St. Elmo's tonight? You're going to Harry and Izzy's, and they share a kitchen? No? All right, Prado, good job, 666 for him. Yikes. But yeah, coming back and everything else, good job.
I think Hunter would agree with that score.
Yeah, really, right? His starts were on point. He looked good. Qualified 3rd, I think. So all of that he was right back to being Jorge Prado again. By the way, Anton, I don't know if you know this, but the Jeffrey Hurlings went 1-1 today on the Honda.
We did.
Yes.
I hadn't seen ya. Ooh.
Yeah. He rode pretty well, I think.
For you.
Malcolm Stewart, 977. Malcolm's just hilarious. Anton, you talked to him too.
Mm-hmm.
He showed me after we done the interview. He's like, "Hey, come here." And he pulls me in the truck and he shows me the team film. Dude, he says he's going to put it on social. He's going through the whoops. His left hand blows off in the whoops. He goes to grab the bar. He's up in the air. He misses the bar, lands. He's still got one arm on. He's swimming again to grab it. He misses it again and rides it out. It's phenomenal. I'm like, dude, how did you not die? And he's like, I know, man. Heart rate, real high right there. That's when I settled in. I just settled in, man.
That's one of the mains?
Yeah, it was the 3rd main. Because I was talking to Jordan. Jordan's like, I was catching Malcolm. He flies off the whoops, just guns it down the whoops and rejoins the on off. And Jordan's like, oh, I guess there goes that battle. I lost all my time I made up. And Malcolm was like, dude, I didn't want to. Watch this, and then it was great. And then it says in the penalty review today that the AMA did review the footage of Malcolm doing that and it was fine. So you got to see if he puts on social. He said he is. He misses the bar twice and pulls it off and jumps in the air, lands, all this with one hand. Insane.
AMA concludes no penalty, and also Malcolm is very lucky to be alive.
It was something else. 977 for Malcolm. And he's finally not so beat up though, huh, Anton? He's getting some time, he's getting some testing in now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said the shoulder is still sore, so this last little bit should help it get there. But yeah, he looks better, and he doesn't seem especially in a Triple Crown. Yeah, you knew at Houston, he's beat up. It's going to take a lot out of him. He's past that point now. He's able to push late into it.
Christian Craig 8th, and I mentioned this last week. He crashed right away. He got his way, crashed in the first turn in Daytona, all the way to 10th. Crashed again in the sand, and then had sort of a poo-poo race. But if you look at that speed, that was really good. He was good the week before. And then now he's top 10 again. So Christian Craig, turning it around.
Yeah, he's in the mix. We have been talking about him on air. Not so much me, but we and Ricky. That hasn't really happened all year. So take, if that's a sign, then things are trending in the right direction.
Joey Savacci on crutches this morning on a walking boot too. He foot came off in the whoops and he caught it between the foot peg and the ground and bent it or twisted it. And then fell over, just rode to the mechanics area and fell over and, went down and everything else. I hope he's all right. Yeah, he's had such a good season. So, Anton, you got any more on that?
I interviewed him afterwards, and like him getting out of the truck with the crutches, and then his like Fly Racing OGO roller bag. There you go, JT. But his like layover bag that he's going to have to get through the airport tomorrow. They had to have like Narco Nate went and got the rental car to bring it back to the truck for him because he's not going to get to super parking and all of that. And the thing that I had asked him, and JT, you'll know this, how do you guys do it? How do you get broke up on Saturday and then have to go 5 o'clock in the morning on crutches through security and get to gate 17 or whatever it is? Like, how do you guys do that?
There's no good answer. I crashed in, Dallas, I think. Hurt, like the bike kind of landed on my ankle, and it was just like my ankle was black. Thankfully, it wasn't broken. But I remember I was teammates with Jimmy Albertson, and I woke up in the next morning, and I was like, I don't want to wake him up, but I'm not doing well. And I would have to take my bag and throw it, and then get like kind of wimp to it, throw it again, wimp to it. It took me like 25 minutes to get to the car because I'm just huck my bag all the way, and then I had to drive to the what is it? It's not valet. What's the curbside thing?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been flying Delta my whole life, and I'm like, hey, I need to check this bag, and I need someone here to go drop this rental car off. I'll pay you. I'll do whatever. And they're like, nope, we got you. Whatever. So they took my rental car back for me.
Really? They really did that. Wow.
Yes. From Delta. Like I couldn't do anything, man. Like I was like, I need a wheelchair, and I need somebody to take this car back. Like I am not doing well. And yeah, they took care of me. So to your point, it's not a good setup. Like if you have your wife there, great. I did not have a wife there, as you can imagine. So I was not.
Yeah, I had to change my flight or do something for Kelly Smith, and had same thing. I was the pack mule because he had hurt his ankle or foot or something, knee. So he's like, hey, you got to come to the airport. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, you got to change your flight, and like you got to carry me, and like I'm just like, oh God, but I did. Yeah.
When Joey hurt his ankle or his heel in Australia that year, I was with him, but Joey was down there by himself, so like all that stuff that had and how to get back home and all of those things. And for years up into that point, I think I naively, I thought like a lot of people like, wow, why are you bringing your dad? Why are you bringing your girlfriend? Like, is it that important? I now understand you have to have somebody there. You definitely need someone there just to fill out any kind of thing. When I see guys go to the races by themselves at a pro level, yeah, you have a mechanic like what you said, Matthes, but Nathan has to break the bike down today. Nathan's not going to the airport at 6 o'clock with him to fly back to Tallahassee. Like, I do understand the importance now of having the man friend or the significant other or the parent.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, let's hope he seems like I was texting with him a little bit.
Seemed fine. He said he's going to get a scan today, but he said that he didn't think it was that bad.
Shane McElrath, his teammate. So the quad lock guys go 8, 9, 10. So that's good. I think the second time in 3 weeks they got top 10s. And like I said, Craig would have been top 10 in Daytona had he not fallen again. So all three of those guys have picked it up. Joey's been on it all year, but Shane McElrath and Christian Craig have been really riding well lately. So that's good for those guys. Good for you, Reeve, and the team over there. Yeah.
Have you talked to Shane through the first part of the year?
Maybe like 3 weeks ago I did. Yeah. He was really not happy with his test with his bike. Not having a good time. Yeah.
This is a tremendous step forward because he was at the bottom of the pack and not really seeming like there was anything out.
Mm-hmm.
And then what he said where they tuned the ECU and he had to go back to some stuff that he just had to do the riding. Same thing that you guys always say, there's little things you can find that'll get you there, but it's onto the rider to make the last part out of it. But again, it just shows like what Shane is capable of, what's happened to the field, how it gets moved around and how the guys move up. But dude, this has been a long 9 weeks for Shane to get to this point.
Maybe pass out on to Cowie, Anton.
Just make him ride the bike?
Well, just you can get the bike to a certain point, but then the rider's going to have to, Hey, by the way, Maxxis Tires, thank you to Maxxis Tires. When it comes to Vince Freeze, Mitchell Harrison, a lot of these guys, the International Supercross Race Team, and the PRMX guys, Luke Clout, running Maxxis Tires out there, developed by Jeremy McGrath. And great UTV tires, side-by-sides are their market for the Maxxis guys. They crush it if you have a UTV. Mountain bike tires are great. And, of course, the dirt bike tires that are making main events and doing really well. Developed by the King, Jeremy McGrath. Thank you to Maxxis, motorsport.com, Renthal, and of course, Fly Racing, flyracing.com. Kinetic Mesh out now. Code Pulpmx to save with those guys. The Formula helmet is the best thing that Fly has ever done. And I'm telling you that. It is an amazing helmet. So if you look into there, they got a few different models as well. They got the Rheon technology involved in that, Formula S as well. Check it out, flyracing.com, code Pulpmx to save with those guys. Jordan Smith, he has crashed a lot through the first 2 rounds, and I did not think Indy was going to be very good for him, but he did a huge week of testing. He said he tested the other day the longest he'd ever had, just him and his suspension guy, and got the bike a lot more better in the ruts, where he says it now goes where he points it, indicating that it was not going where he was pointing it before. And Jordan Smith, he did have a so-so second one, but on the ruddy, crappy track, Jordan Smith goes 11, 14, and 8. So a big improvement, JT, from Jordan from what we've seen in his third 450 race ever, and he really attributes it to bike setup and working with the Triumph guys.
Yeah, Jordan's a great rider. It's just, is he going to crash? That's really the only concern I ever have with Jordan. Like, I'm not worried about it. Can he ride well? Can he go fast? Can he stay upright? And if he does, good things happen. He did this weekend. It just that's been the story for years with him. I don't see it changing.
Yeah. Faulkner should be back for Birmingham, so that's good for those guys. And then it's an SMX next. So
I think Sexton also.
Deacon Jones, yeah, Sexton will be back. Justin Hill, I don't know, have a lot on other than he cleaned out Colt Nichols, not really on purpose, but kind of tangled bars with him and sent Colt flying onto the concrete one lap. I think it's the third one. Vince Freeze, 15-15-12. Again, just about ended Eli's night. Marchbanks, rough night for him, except for he did get a 9th in the second one. But oh boy, Marchbanks saying it's not working that well so far. Harlan qualified 12th. Harlan, not a speed demon. Never a guy to be like, oh, I mean, Anton, how many times have you been like, dude, watch the heater from Harlan? Have you ever said that? JT,
no.
Have you ever really noticed heaters?
Not in like maybe 3 years. Yeah.
Not since he got hurt at the Nations.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
No, listen, he's a great rider. We like Grant. He's an awesome dude, but he is not known for his sprint speed. And then he put in the heater for 12th. And then he told me after the race, he's like, yeah, it was kind of hard to get another one laid down because I kind of knew I was never going to beat that. So, but then I was thinking, he said, what if I get dinged for sound? Oh, I got to try again, but I'm never going to beat that one. That one was pretty good, but what if I get dinged out? This is all the shit going through Harlan's head. But
if you're thinking, what if I get dinged for sound? You're overthinking the situation, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, JT, because like Luke Neese at Daytona put in one heater and got dinged for sound and didn't make the night show.
Okay. All right.
So like,
yeah, and if it's 18 on a Triple Crown and you're like, ooh, LCQ, I got to go do that.
But hard dog, dude. 12th overall. Good job. What else we got? Mitchell Harrison, Colt Nichols, rough night, Moran's. AP, 8-22-22, and he still gets 19th overall because of that 8. Freddie Noren, Thompson, Tristan Lane. We're definitely, like I said, we're getting, like when I mentioned off the top about the lappers, these guys are all working, man. They're all putting it in the main events, but like, yeah, we are seeing the lack of depth. We don't have Dylan Ferrandis. We don't have Faulkner. We don't have Chase. Jason Anderson. So should get some of those guys back by Birmingham. All right. Anything else for 450 wise?
Nope.
All right.
2-guy title fight.
Oh yeah. 4 points.
2 guys by now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we see it all the time, right? Cooper Webb, Chase Sexton last year, just pulling away. And I'm sure there's other examples, right? Sexton and Eli and all of that. Thank you to the folks at Fly Racing, of course. Also, thank you to motorsport.com. Go through the banner to help us out. OEM and aftermarket parts. So whether it's Fly, Renthal, Maxxis, motorsport.com, great prices, dedicated team of gearheads there to help you out. And they got their sweepstakes right now. They're giving away a Pulpmx motorcycle. Talk about the Pulpmx guys here in a little bit. A complete motorcycle, weekly prizes as well. Motorsport.com, helping the sport each and every week with different ways. And to save money, go to motorsport.com. Thank you to those guys. All right, 250s, Cole Davies, JT 111, about as convincing as you can get. Works his way to the front every time. Incredible whoop speed, just like we saw last year. And he was sort of, I don't know if I like his attitude this year. I'll be flat out honest. Some of the interviews, and even his attitude after dominating, like, whatever. He's a kid. The world is his oyster soon. You know, he's in the running. He's winning. He got the red plate now. But whether I like it or not, it doesn't matter, JT. The kid rode amazing. He was dominant.
Yeah, this is what we expected from him. It took a few weeks. You saw flashes of it. The first turn crash at Arlington was kind of an outlier. But the kid is special. It doesn't mean he's going to win everything, or it doesn't mean he's going to win this championship even, but he has some special skills that are not common amongst even really good riders. Like even Joe talking about Davies' whoop speed on the podium was like, yeah, I'm not doing that, basically.
Yeah.
The kid
Somebody said, some 450 guy said Malcolm said he was fastest guy all night, including 450s.
Yeah. Like he has a special skill set. And like Will and I, my counterpart on broadcast at Arlington, when we were kind of like weighing out how do we see this 250 East going, we're kind of going back and forth because I was like kind of ranting about like Davies can do things that other guys just can't do. Like doesn't mean he's going to win, but he can do things that other guys can't. And her point was like, well, yeah, but he's still unproven. I'm like, that's fine. No problem. I'm not arguing with you about is it unproven. I'm just telling you he is going to be special. And maybe he doesn't ever live up to the potential of what's possible. But like you watch guys ride and some guys have this otherworldly skill set and other guys are just really good at executing and they can win races other ways. When I watch him ride, and it's not just me, like that's not normal for him to do that. We saw flashes of it a year ago at Indy and we're seeing it again. If that kid ever figures it all out, watch out.
Yeah. My wife went to the race this weekend, so she's setting row 18 like right off the first turn, so you can see right into the whoops. And I watched 250 race 1 with her and Ezra just sitting in the stands, and she even looked at me and she goes, wow, that kid's fast in the whoops. Like if you watch his bike, it does not do anything. She's like, his suspension doesn't even move. He's just right across the top of him. She's like, watch everybody else. Megan's watched a lot of races. Like Megan ain't going to put the whistle on and give Colleen a run for her money, but Megan knows like what's going on. And what she was seeing, she's like, that kid's fast. Watch him do that 3. Watch him do, like, he's just got all that stuff that is really, really impressive to watch get done. And the other guys, like you said, are watching it. Malcolm's making note of it in the whoops. A couple weeks ago, Justin Hill said that he was watching stuff that Davies was doing when he had to get out of the LCQ at Dallas, and stuff that Cole was doing was like, oh, I could do that. I could make that get together. He's got a good gift.
Yeah, he's just his entrance speed is unreal. Just there's no, the guys let off, they set up, and they get going. There's nothing of that with him.
You could watch him out of that bull turn, the second or third next to last Rocky Mountain tough block. You would see where the burst of speed would come, where he would just get on it a little bit harder, and you would see where everybody else would check up, or they'd cut down to get to the left of the whoops. He just drove straight through, and you would see where the burst of speed would come lap after lap.
When guys like Jet or Malcolm, those guys in the whoops, when they're feeling it, it's the same. That is that like elite, no hesitation, no checkup, no nothing. It's like, I want to go faster going into the whoops. Like, how do I go faster? Everybody else is like, all right, we're good. We're cool. Yeah. Like I'm fast enough. And they're like, give me more speed. Like that is, most guys can't do that. I know I could never do that.
James, Chad.
Yeah. It's a very rare breed that can do that.
For sure. Well, good job. And now he's got the red plate. So that's that. Hey, dude, 4 points between 4 riders, right? 2 points between 4 riders.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's great.
Do I have that right? 2 points between 4 riders?
It's either 2 or 3 between 4, whatever. Yeah. The point is, it's really tight.
It's great. Lars agreed with me afterwards in my exclusive interview with Lars. Joe's racecraft. He went for the passes a couple times, and you're like, yeah, Joe, that ain't it. It strikes me as the LA Coliseum attempt on Deegs when he was on PC, and there was some other times where you're like, Joe, and even Pierce at the first round on the last lap, he didn't have that, and it cost him. And not that he was going to get him, who knows? But like Joe's and Lars said, yeah, maybe he needs to get a little more laps in or something. Like Lars
he wants to be really aggressive. I think like we've seen him. Remember, he was going after Deegs last year. Yeah. In Supercross, he wants to be aggressive. I just don't know that he's always kind of got the plan drawn up correctly.
to me, those times that he was going at Deegs, those were fine and those were good, and he had it or semi had it, or however you want to say. These attempts at Indy and on Pierce at round 1, you're like, dude, you don't got that. What do you don't have that. You're not close enough, you know? But as Lars mentioned, if I said to you after 3 rounds with 6 Supercross days on the bike, you are 1 point back or whatever Joe is after 3 rounds of the week off, he's like, we'd be ecstatic. We'd take it. So Joe looks really good, Anton.
Yeah, Joe looks great. And I think after everything that everybody wondered about and all of those things, that's years and years and years of work to get to this point, and just actualizing it when it's time to do it. Just knowing, hey, this is it. This is what we got to do. No problems in anything. He looks happy. He looks healthy. And again, like what we've talked about for years and years on too, Joe's confidence is growing in himself. Like, he knows what he is. There's no wondering, like, how is he going to speak to you guys on the podium, or what is he feeling? Like, he believes in himself all the way.
How about when Will had him watch the video?
I didn't see that.
Oh,
part.
yeah. It was...
She's like, what are you thinking here? And he's like, I'm such a dork. As he went off the track and the whoops, it was great.
Challenging.
Oh, I didn't hear him say, which time did I go off the track?
Yeah, it's 2 points between 4 riders.
Yeah.
64, 63, and 2 guys with 62. Yeah. Joe's really good. Seth Hammaker, this is why Triple Crowns are always deceiving, and I'm smarter than this now, so I know better, but like, Seth has the horrific second one. He crashes twice, I think. Comes back to 9th, and you're like, oh, he's done. He blew it. No, man, he still gets 3rd overall. He caught Davies on those last 2 laps. Like, I don't know if Davies was cruising, probably, but Seth was all over him at the end of that 3rd main, and 3rd overall for Seth with the 2 crashes, I believe. 1 for sure. Seth will take it, man. 3-9-2, 3rd overall. So good job for Seth to hang it in there. He was pretty far back in the second one to get 9th. That was like Kenny's ride. Same idea, ripping through the pack. Good job, Seth Hammaker.
Did you see his last turn pass attempt?
Yes. Yeah.
Splitting inches.
On Cullen? On Cullen? Yeah.
There was like 4 of them there, and he's like, I'm going by somebody. I don't care who, but I'm going forward.
He got somebody. It looked to me from the press box, I was on the other side, but it looked like literally there was like 6 inches between.
Oh, it's tiny. I was like, I just watched this bike come flying. I'm like, where's he go? Oh, okay, there's he go.
Yeah. No, he was sending it. It was a good job for Seth there. Daxton Bennick led the first one for a little bit, kind of dropped off the pace, but I guess that's probably a step forward for him. He
First
just
time
was out on the podium.
Who was more impressive leading there, Simonson or Bennick?
Simonson was.
That was
only for
wild.
a bit, but yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. I was happy for him.
Yeah, Simonson top 3 podium there for a minute.
He was 3rd overall for half the race.
For a while, right?
Yes. And I have a bonus. He's a Pulpmx athlete. I got a set amount for him, but then I got to pay him more for top 5s if he gets it. So I'm safe with the 6th overall, but I was figuring I had to whip into my wallet for that.
Yeah.
Daxton Bennett 4th, Pierce Brown 5th. Considering that first one again, Pierce will take it. He wasn't as good in qualifying either, so it looked like it was going to be a long day for Pierce Brown. So 5th overall for him. And then Simonson, through 3 rounds, he's the surprise, right? He's 7th overall. He's 3 back of Shock. He was 3rd overall, like I said, for half the race. Devin Simonson, everybody.
Really good. I was more than impressed. Whatever the best accolades I can give him, that's what I was.
And JT, you probably don't get a chance to really watch him, but like I kind of do because I know the kid and I've helped him out a little bit. All 3 rounds. Well, I should say, sorry, the previous 2 rounds, he is worked up. He is in shape. He charges all moto. He's a different guy this year. So it's cool
I watch him in practice some, but I only watch what's on the monitor, right? So if he's not on there, I don't get to see it.
Yeah. No, he's doing a good job there. Cody Shock 7th. Swole, I gave Swole props afterwards. Anton, you talked to him too. That first one was not good. He went backwards, and that can't that's not what Jalik's paid to do, and not what he's supposed to do. And it wasn't good. And so to him to rebound for the 2 and 3 and lead laps, and go 7-5, like also not ideal. But that first one was so bad to me, Anton, that good job for still getting up front and not having your confidence destroyed for the next 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I asked him that too. I like very politely. I was like, "Hey, the first one not great. But the second one's much better. You're battling a big mix of guys. How do you not have the first one completely set the expectation for the night?" They said, like always, made a little bike change, trusted the team, got him going from there. But that was a huge comeback because he was losing out on a battle against 5 guys when he was in that one.
Yeah, so good job to lead laps for Jalik. And, again, 8th overall is probably not where he wants to be. But I think when you...
No offseason work.
Well, yeah, it came in really far behind, more than I thought, more than JT, more than he acted at those media days.
Yeah, but I think someone was saying he hurt, I think Will was saying that he hurt his Achilles again in January. So at the opener, he only had like 7 or 8 days on the bike.
Yeah, but I thought it was around when he came to media days, but maybe not. Maybe it was after media days.
Somebody was saying it was January.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Which that would pencil out, right? Like that's why he would look this way,
We can work with speed though, and he got whole shots on red laps. So
continue to put yourself at the front. Good things will happen.
Yeah. Anybody know what's going on with Nate Thrasher? I know he's got a shoulder issue.
Yep.
I talked to Will Hahn. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him.
Heard of him?
Yeah, he won his 250 Supercross title. They said, but that seems unbelievable.
13.
Yeah. Will told me his shoulders been bugging him. Yeah, he had a crash in the offseason. Shoulders been bugging him, but I mean, we're into March. Nate's not where he should be.
No, I think they've had some heart-to-hearts over there. I think he is in danger of not being on that team anymore. That would be my guess. They got a lot of talent waiting in the wings over there.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I know he's better than this. I don't know what's happening.
Speaking of that, does Bobby Reagan let Dudney go to Birmingham or Dudney's having...
He wasn't even planning on racing East until like the last second.
I know, but does that matter when it comes to that team?
Yeah, I mean, he qualified third. He was in, I think he qualified third.
This weekend he qualified third?
He was in third at one point qualifying.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna check that out. Not a good night. Every time I looked up, he was on the ground. He was sixth, but yeah. Every time I looked up, he was on the ground. Caden Dudney was not having a good time at Indianapolis.
Yeah, he's really young, man.
Derek Kelly, 11.
I think he's the youngest guy out there.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so.
Derek Kelly, 11. Kyle Peters, 12th. Isaiah Clark, Luke Neese, Liam Olaf, pro debut for JT's ex-teammate.
Yep. And they just got a huge fire at their property. Like it's been a rough week for the Olaf camp. So that was a bright spot of a otherwise rough time.
I knew Liam had signed with PRMX, Maxxis tires, by the way. I knew this, but I did not know he was turning pro. So who knew?
What did you think he was going to do?
Just continue to do SMX next, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. All right. Thank you to Brunt Work Wear, by the way, for coming on board. Pulpmx shows the code to save with Brunt. The Marin, the Omen boots, they got workwear now as well. Jackets and long sleeves and real working man's pants and things like that. Brunt Workwear, head to toe. They've got really great stuff for working guys. It's none of us are working guys, but if you dig ditches like in East Texas, or you work at a water plant in East Texas, Brunt may be what you want to get. Pulpmx show code to save, bruntworkwear.com. And a lot of mechanics are wearing Brunts, and they're comfy right out of the box. Great company, great guys. And also Onyx Maps, if you want to learn where to go UTVing in Missouri, say you live outside of St. Louis, the rough-shod St. Louis area, and you live by a lot of gravel roads, and you got a YZ125, and you got a road bike, and you want to know where to go on your YZ125 on your road bike, Anton. Onyx Maps will tell you where to go.
It would. I have a 250, but the 125, yeah.
Oh. I got 125. Okay.
125 is in California, 250s here. I grew up. Yeah.
All right. Good to know. Check out Onyx Maps for more information on that. And also Fly Racing, flyracing.com, code Pulpmx to save with those guys. Luke Clout's not. Yep.
If I can interrupt. You guys doing the DBK stuff, that was a big deal. How do you guys pick that?
What do you mean pick?
Like, how do you like to do Indy as the race of like, hey, we're going to
I don't think it was a lot of strategy. We had a casual drop with DBK on Friday. But I don't think there's like a ton of strategy. They just kind of map it out for the season, and try to space it out. And Coop's pretty particular about what he wants to wear. So we kind of have to work around his desires as well. But yeah, it's trying to space them all throughout the course of the season. They just map it all out. It's not like this has got to be an Indy type thing that I know of anyway.
Yeah, no, because you guys are doing a really good job once you have taken on all of the distribution and all that for DBK, like making it part of the brand. And then Coop is a big fan of the DBK stuff to always be running it.
I know it's not necessarily like Steve's demographic, but I love that DBK kit. Like I don't, I didn't own anything DBK before our partnership. I've gotten to know Twitch pretty well, but I like that kit. I love, like, it might be my favorite one. Not necessarily because of the DBK, but just the look itself. I really like.
I'm out. I like Twitch, but I'm out. Yeah.
I know you're out. I get it, but I'm just telling you what I like, and I like the way that looks.
I also like all my music from 1980s, mid 80s and up. So
correct.
Okay, Clout's not having a good time either. He came out at Arlington, qualified 5th overall, and you're like, oh yeah, here we go. Luke's had some Supercross finishes before, but through 3 rounds on the PRMX.
I think he qualified well this weekend too. Like that B practice helps a lot. But I think
this weekend. Yep.
On paper, I think he qualified well.
Yeah. Well, it definitely helped Liam, helped Evan Ferry.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Marshall Welton, dude, that LCQ. So last week in Daytona, he takes it down to the wire with I forget who, Shelley in Daytona, like literally to the last turn in the LCQ to get in the main event. Shelley, Carroll, Brighton Carroll. Anyways, then this week John Short just slams him in the last turn, but he gets it by like 2 inches over John Short, the final spot.
Yep.
Marshall Welton is dancing.
Yeah. Living dangerously.
Yeah, you do not want to do that, but good job, Marsh. Hopefully Gavin Towers is all right. He got 11th in the first one, then crashed. Evan Ferry, 18-20-18. So Evan got another main event under his belt. I don't know what happened to Guillaume, but 17-21-21. Our friend Valentin not having the time of, not enjoying the ride, Anton.
He was enjoying the ride after Daytona, but I didn't.
He was, yeah. Not
Last
enjoying the ride now. And that's it. Yeah. So 250 East title pick. Honestly, I got to go with Shimoda. He's better than I thought.
Really?
He's one back. I know Davies is special. I get it. Davies has Joe in speed, but I think Joe will come out firing with this week off and be even better. And I think maybe Davies, his starts haven't been as good. So, I mean, look, it's anybody. Any of these 4 guys could win, but I think I might go Joe. Anton?
Yeah, I want to go Joe because he's done it. Like, he hasn't done a 250 Supercross, but he's done the SMX thing. He's always in it. He's, into the thing. Cole still has a couple, like, he's fast. He's super, super, super fast, but it's the 250 East region. Like, even all the guys that we've named off in the mixed results that they had over 3 races last night, like, it's still going to happen. They still got 2 showdowns to do, mud races at the open air stadiums. Like, anything's going to happen. And I think Joe has got good crisis management.
JT?
Man, I'm so torn. I don't have a hard opinion. Like, I think Davies.
No, I don't either.
Yeah. I think Davies is the best rider. I really do. Like, long term, I think he has the most upside, big picture potential. I think Joe is going to be really good at handling this series. Like, he's still getting better. Like, if you look at like his health and form, he's going to get better. I'll tell you, my heart is with Seth though. Like, if you ask me, like, who do I want to win? I shouldn't have anybody I want to win, but I really would like to see Seth win this thing.
Yeah, that's awesome for sure. The showdown shall be very spicy.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yes, it's going to be something else.
Like, it's truly like one of the things I'm looking forward to most to finish this out.
Well, Birmingham's the worst round of the series, so it's helped to have.
I wildly disagree with that. It's okay if you do think that. It's fine, but I think Birmingham's fine to me. The dirt's really good as a racer, but that showdown with Deegs dealing with those 3 or 4, however you want to phrase it, can't wait.
Anton, no, you have Birmingham thoughts?
Well, what don't you like about Birmingham?
The stadium's janky. The pits are 2 levels. Expensive flights, not a great city. Starbucks, hard to find Starbucks in the morning. Yeah. Showdown's great though, for sure. Showdown's going to add to it. And And 450s, yeah, this thing's getting good, man. Oh, that's good job for Hunter Lawrence and the Honda guys to get that going. And come on, lappers, if you're watching this or listening to this, and I know you all are, just, dude, get out of the way. It's 1 point and $30 between 14th and 15th. Like, nobody cares. So just be better, all you lappers. All right. Flyracing.com, code Pulpmx, RacerX, subscribe to RacerX magazine. And also motorsport.com, Maxxis, Renthal, Onyx Maps, Brunt Work Wear, all on board with us. Anton, thank you for doing this, and then thank you for turning around and producing this, creating this as soon as we're done here. So thanks, buddy.
MVP, Anton.
I'm glad you got that Brunt ad read in at 108, so I know exactly where to put it.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully Weege is okay. We'll see if that contact lens gets any worse. We hope we pray for him. We'll start a GoFundMe as well if he needs help getting that thing out. Yeah, thanks to Weege for not doing this. JT, thanks for the time. Appreciate it. Flyracing.com. And yeah, guys, giddy up.
See ya.